Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show tonight. Dana White, super muscular at 53. Kevin Holland is back, no longer retired, and AJ apologizes.
Let's go!
That's right. That's what I want, AJ. Give me what I want.
Why don't you just play the video that I sent you?
That's a terrible video.
Send it, just play it.
An insulting video saying, oh, you're going to apologize, and then
Just
Conor
play
McGregor
it, man.
saying to absolutely nobody. No, I'm not playing it.
Dave, play the damn thing, man. Play it.
I'm not playing it. I'll play it. I'll
It's a
play
docu-
something for
it's a-
you. I'll play something for you.
Let me.
We can start off with rehashing what happened last week. That's fine. Fred wasn't here. Welcome, everybody, to the show. It's Ringside Report MMA. We got a whole lot to talk about here tonight. Dana White looking super muscular at 53 years old. Mark Zuckerberg did rent the UFC Apex out last weekend. We'll talk about the results from everything that happened at the Apex for the UFC. Kevin Holland, like I mentioned, did retire, I guess, on Instagram, but now he's going to fight Stephen Wonderboy Thompson in Orlando in December for the UFC. And a couple other things going on in the world of MMA. The UFC is off this weekend, so we won't give you some picks, unfortunately. I was 6 out of 7 on my 7-fight parlay last week. We came real close to the big, crazy parlay. I went down with Mackenzie Dern taking the loss in the main event to Yan Xiaonan. A decision loss there for Dern. But I did come through with a lot of other picks, some underdogs, and, of course, the opening fight, or the second fight on the night, Chelsea Chandler versus Julia Stoliarenko. I told you Chelsea Chandler was going to win. She did win. And I also told you that the fight was going to happen. And AJ, for some reason, didn't believe me. I'm not sure why. And, you know, so often on this show, AJ will talk about how right he is all the time. And I think it's nice to highlight the times when AJ's wrong because they are frequent. They are frequent. So let's bring it up.
Oh, no.
Let's hear from AJ and Dave from last week. Just be slugging it out all tired. I can see that, yeah.
Oh, the Chandler fight is canceled. It's too bad. That's part of the Diaz team, you know. Randy Costa.
It's canceled?
Guido Canetti.
What
Yeah,
happened?
it's canceled, man. I don't know. It just came up. It popped up. It's canceled. Chelsea Chandler versus Stolarenko is canceled, which is a shame because, yeah, I would have liked to see, like.
So I'm upset here at this point. I'm going to give you the breakdown of everything that happened last week, Fred. I'm upset at this point, right, because I was going to bet on Chandler. She was a slight underdog. I thought there was good value there, and, you know, and AJ's giving me some bad news. So I start Googling. I start searching on the Twitter. I start searching everywhere to find out information because we all know when AJ gives us information that we're unaware of, we got to verify because it's not usually accurate. So I'm trying to verify this information here as AJ blabs on.
Diaz team there. You know, you got Jocko against Brendan Allen. You know, Brendan Allen.
Are you sure it's canceled?
Yeah, dude, it's canceled. It's right up, man. I see it right now. It came up on my feed. Canceled.
Came up on my feed. A key indicator that AJ is lying to us.
That sucks. You know? But it's not a bad card. You know, there's going to be good fights. It's not like the biggest names, but listen, man, Olenek is there on the preliminary. Who does want to see him fight?
I'm still searching furiously to try to find information here. I'm not even listening to AJ.
Who does want to see Mackenzie Dern fight? You know? I mean, this is a night where, like, some of the underdogs might come out.
I'm not seeing that this fight is canceled.
I'm seeing it, dude. I see it on my feed here. I don't know. It's not telling me
what
anything.
What does your feed mean? What's the source?
It's like a pop-up that's from the UFC that says fight is canceled.
That's not from the UFC. A pop-up from the UFC. Do you know how to work a computer? What is a pop-up from the UFC, AJ? What does that even mean? What does it mean?
I give information like Dana White, man. Don't get mad at me.
From your feeds. Fake news, AJ, because as we all saw, the fight happen, and Chelsea Chandler, who I predicted was going to win, did win. But it's not all, because you went as so far as to say that I would have to apologize to you.
Listen, listen, SA. You know, this is what it's showing. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at Mark Zuckerberg.
Well, I'm trying to find information about it, and I'm seeing nothing, so I feel like it's not true what you're saying to me.
No. I'm seeing it right here. It canceled. Big letters, canceled.
What fight?
It's not
Chelsea?
the Chelsea Chandler fight. Canceled.
I'm not seeing that at all. Let me see. I'm seeing
Bo
odds.
Nickel, is he fighting?
I am not seeing that this fight is canceled at all.
Oh, yeah, it's canceled.
I love how... Oh, yeah. You're so confident, AJ. You're so confident. Why?
I was going to say, don't ask me, man.
It's not true.
Why
It's
work
not
for the
canceled.
UFC?
The odds are still out. It's still on the card officially.
I'm telling you, it's canceled. Remember, you heard it from AJ first.
I mean, you might be right, but it's weird because you're telling me no source.
I know. It's just it popped up. They wouldn't put that out if it wasn't canceled. So
Who's
look,
they?
the gods of like the internet. What do you
What
want me to say,
gods of
Dave?
the internet? There's always a source. Whatever you're seeing, there's a source. It came from a person. It came from an outlet of some sort.
It's coming from my stuff from the UFC. It just popped up. It
Your
was a
stuff from the
pop-up that came up.
UFC. What does
Yeah,
that
man.
mean?
It's my UFC sources, man. It's
You have
done.
a group chat with some weird guys, and they say that the fight is canceled. Because I am seeing nothing about that fight being canceled right now.
Dave, man, sometimes you need better technology, but I don't know what to say, man. AJ, look, I got new camera. You can see me more clear. Lights are up. I got a bit of a shadow. I got to fix that. Much clearer with the mic. Correct me if I'm wrong, man. Just say, Dave, get up with technology, bud.
I wish Fred was here.
Fred would say the same thing. It's canceled.
It's not canceled.
He's the guy who sent me this stuff.
No, he didn't.
So look, I'm saying to find.
Fred confirmed that you did not send him that stuff.
Nah, man.
I want to get to the part where he demands an apology. That's the best part. Because the fight happened. Chelsea Chandler won. Stoliarenko lost. It's unbelievable. AJ, I don't know where you're getting your information from, but it's terrible.
Listen, I changed that group.
Super chat. Your sources are the worst.
My sources.
It's not true.
Anyways, all to say.
It's not
all
true.
to
AJ
say
bringing you fake news once again, like all the
No,
fake
no,
news
no.
you send to our group chat, all that dumb shit you're sending me. You send me the dumbest
Don't
shit.
get mad, babe. Listen,
I
don't
should
get mad
expose
at that
you. I should tweet out every time you send me a stupid link. I should tweet it out and be like, "Here's
what
some more
happens in
dumb
the end?
shit AJ sent me."
Listen, what
Except
happens at the end?
if
It
I
becomes
started
true.
tweeting it out, I'd probably get kicked off Twitter because it's so stupid.
Listen, man, if the fight is canceled, you're going to have to apologize to AJ next Thursday. I guaranteed I'll bring it up. I'm telling you. I'll even make sure that I post that everywhere. Anyways, it's canceled.
You know what, AJ?
Listen,
You're
no
right.
big deal.
You're right. And I'm going to do it right now. I would like to take the chance right now to apologize to absolutely fucking nobody. All right.
So you started.
Did I start? Yeah, I did start the no apology thing because AJ said that I was going to have to apologize to him, and I knew that I wasn't because AJ's sources are always terrible. Where did you get that
They're
from?
gone, those sources.
Where
It's
did
my
you even
group.
get it
It's
from?
screwed up. It's a group that I'm in. They're done, man. I got a new group.
Patrick C. Hamilton dropping the 777 super chat. He says
Let me clear
UFC
my
sources equals fake AJ news. Your UFC sources. A UFC
My
pop-up.
sources suck.
A UFC
Remember,
pop-up,
don't
and then
get
you tried to blame
overseas sources.
Fred. Unbelievable.
Listen, my overseas group,
My
I have to make sure-
overseas group.
From
What
New
does that
Delhi.
mean?
they're gone. But listen, all I can say is, let me clear my throat. Let me clear my throat.
I can't wait for this.
Listen, why don't you just play the video? It's so much more like creative.
No, I
Play
think
the
that was
video,
good.
Dave.
No, that was good. I don't think we can play the video because you sent me some It was like, because the stuff you send me is like weird, and there's music, commercial
dude,
music
it's
you can't
great.
use. We get a
Oh, you
copyright
can,
strike
you
if I
can.
played that video.
No.
Yeah.
can play
You
it,
don't
can play it.
understand copyright law. Or
My lawyer
YouTube.
online just says you can. It's
Your
good, dude.
lawyer
It's good,
online.
trust me.
So now you're getting more information. See, any source you have, this is why we have to double and
Let me
triple
clear my
check you.
throat.
And you saw how long that took. That was like 2-3 minutes of the show. I just got completely derailed because AJ came through with a pretend fact that came from his.
It wasn't pretend. I swear I should have
sources.
taken the screenshot of it because it was actually there, big letters that said cancel. What do you want to? Don't get mad at AJ. Don't get
But
mad at
who?
AJ.
I don't. Do I look
At
mad? I'm
my-
baffled. I find this all very funny.
So
I
here
don't
we go.
understand.
It's so hard for AJ to apologize.
Yeah, because
me
don't
exercise.
tell me on a show that is recorded and seen by, people, don't tell me that I'm going to have to owe you an apology over some bullshit that you're wrong
Listen,
about.
man. Listen,
And
I got
don't
rid of that
expect me to
group, man.
I'm going to come back here and,
Damn it. That's
I'm
why
gonna
I
do
sent you
what I
that
just
video.
did.
It was easier for... Anyways, for everyone that's trying to figure out, I created a video for Dave where I apologized, I think. I think there was an apology there.
no, there wasn't.
There was a sign that said sorry,
No good.
and then it went off to my buddy
Emojis
Connor.
don't count.
So on behalf of the AJ organization and the...
AJ organization.
Tony Stark.
I humbly apologize to Dave Simon for providing false information, kind of like what Dana White did to everybody. He kind of gave false information. Hey, no one's rented out the Apex. No one. I can assure you that. That's bullshit. Listen, man, maybe even Dana got the wrong information. Who knows? But AJ apologizes for providing Dave Simon. Actually, it was correct information at the time, because if I would have taken a screenshot, it would have been there. But anyways, all to say is essay. It might happen again.
It will.
What's the show about today, anyways? AJ's
there's
apology?
no UFC this weekend, so it's basically just making fun of AJ, I think, for the dumb stuff he says. Hey, do you want to talk
I think
about
it's-
how you were adamant that your boy Alexei Oleinik would win last week, and my man Ilir Latifi
Listen.
wound up winning unanimous decision? We could talk about
Man,
that, too.
well, it wasn't a great
You were wrong
fight. It
about
was,
everything last week on the
no,
show.
no, it wasn't. Francisco Trinaldo, where everybody was against it.
He
I'm
lost.
telling you, I told you Randy Brown. No, Randy Brown. Yeah, I picked Randy Brown because I told
Yeah.
you had an 8-inch reach. And I said, if he stays
I
on the
didn't say
outside
that-
pocket.
Trinaldo would win.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't put either man on my parlay.
All to say is that, yeah, it was a rough night for AJ because it started off pretty bad with Alexei. I thought Alexei was going to be able to do it. I mean, he took him down a few times. If he would have had, top half, I think it would have been a different story. But he kept, on his back. They were both gassing out. I'm not saying Latifi was spectacular. In fact, I texted you and I said, man, this is a terrible fight. I thought there would be a little bit more action. It was boring. It was, drawn out too long. And to be honest, I didn't give a shit at that point. Uh-oh. What the
What
hell happened there?
What the hell was that?
I'm
I
not
have
sure.
no idea.
It sounded like Fred, but I don't think it was Fred.
I didn't
But,
touch
hey, listen,
anything, so.
But what does that have to do with greatness?
It's like an old show. Somebody's listening to an old show or something.
I don't know. It's like some
What?
sort of weird sound effect. I don't understand why we're playing that. What is that?
No
What is
idea,
going
man.
on there? All right.
Is it an AJ thing?
No. You all right?
What?
AJ.
Is everything
I
good?
guess so.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
all right.
Listen, man. Listen. Look, I'm going to tell you something, Dave. We were very close because, Freddie, you weren't here last week because it was Dave's birthday. So if everybody wants to wish Dave a happy belated birthday, it was Dave's birthday. He was on a winning streak. He could have walked out with some big money. He took a 7-fight parlay for $20. The payout was around $730 or somewhere around there, which would have been beautiful. You were on a hot streak till the
Mackenzie
main
Dern.
event. Man, and you
Yeah,
know what?
everybody
I
won.
thought
All my picks won. I had I think I had Brendan Allen, Chelsea Chandler. Brendan Allen, Chelsea Chandler, both underdogs, and they won early, which was pretty cool. I had Silva. I had Latifi. And I had...
You didn't take Sodiq. I thought you did, man. That was like...
oh, yeah, it was a 7-fight
1,000.
parlay, but it wound up being a 5-fight parlay come fight night because a couple of the fights got canceled. I had Jessica Penne was supposed to fight Tabitha Ricci. I had Ricci there, but that fight got canceled. I don't think so. And Maxime Grishin was supposed to fight Philip Lins, but that fight got canceled. So I took Grishin and Ricci, but they didn't fight. It's crazy. On a Thursday night, you could be talking about the fights, and then come Saturday, 2 of them don't even happen.
And that's very common, man. With COVID and everything, like from the past, we knew that there was always going to be 1 or 2 fights that were not going to make it to the card. But going back to the prelims, I thought the prelim card was like awesome. And, I knew it was going to start going bad for me because I knew that I wasn't sure about the Brendan Allen fight over Jocko. I was like, that could go either or. I said, I'm probably more of a favorite than Brendan Allen, but I didn't put him in my parlay. And I'm like, Jesse Ronson, man. I thought Jesse Ronson, our homeboy from Canada, who was much bigger than Silva, but holy smokes, man. Once those knees start dropping in, man, it was over. And it was a shame, man. So as soon as Ronson went down, I'm like, oof, this is probably going to be a rough night for my parlay because I was pretty sure that Ronson could have taken out Silva. But damn, that Silva's good. Holy smokes. But anyways, I don't know what's going to happen to the career with Ronson in the UFC. But the rest of the card, Dave, was pretty exciting, man. The Castaneda fight with Daniel Santos, that was insane, man. I thought Castaneda was going to win it. Everybody thought the same thing. And then, boom, Santos pulls it out of the bag. And going back to the Olenek fight, that could have been either or, man. Like at some point, it was
a unanimous decision, 30-27 for Latifi. He really controlled most of the fight. How about the main event? Yan Xiaonan over Mackenzie Dern. Really impressive performance there from Yan Xiaonan. She wins a majority decision. She won 3 out of 5 rounds. I think she won. I think it was 1, 3, and 4. And then Mackenzie won 2 and 5. Yan Xiaonan winds up winning 48-47, 48-47, and the third judge scoring it a draw 47-47. And that's how I scored it. I think Mackenzie Dern got screwed a bit on the decision because 48-47 doesn't really make a lot of sense to me because she was very close to submissions, very close to finishing the fight, and completely dominant in that 5th round. I think that was a 10-8 round for Mackenzie Dern. And if you do the math, which I know is complicated for some of us, if you do the math, Mackenzie Dern should have earned a draw in that fight based on the 5th round. I think that it was a 10-8. And if that round is a 10-8, then the score is 47-47, which one of the 3 judges scored. But, I thought Dern lost 3 rounds, but she lost 3 rounds 10-9. She won the 2nd round, I think, 10-9, but the 5th round was pretty dominant, and I think she won that round 10-8. So I would have scored it a draw, but they scored it 48-47, 2 out of the 3, which was enough for the win for Yan Xiaonan. But I thought it could have been a draw.
Listen, you're right on that. I thought she won that fight. She had over 9 minutes. I can't remember if it was 9 minutes and 3 seconds of control time. Dave,
stop.
No, stop.
What do you mean you thought she won that fight?
I thought she won the 2nd. I thought she won the 3rd, and I thought she won the 5th. And she came.
Come on, don't tell me she won the 3rd. She didn't win the 3rd.
Yeah, she won the 3rd. She won the 3rd, man.
AJ.
And I'm telling you something. Listen, it could have been a different story when she was right on the cusp of submitting 2 times at the end of the last minute of the rounds, where she could have had an armbar. She could have had I can't remember the other submission what it was, but it was just, if there was just another 30 seconds on there, she would have won this fight by submission. It was just unfortunate because she was bringing the fight to the closest possible point of submission, but with not enough time, and the round ended. I'm telling you, man, I thought she fought well. I thought her striking was good because what's her name? Yan had, she had great striking, but Dern was pretty impressive when she was like exchanging. The only thing that she didn't impress me is controlling her opponent and keeping her down on the ground. Because I got to give it to Yan. She got out of like some pretty impressive positions where I thought that was the end of her. There was at one point, Dave, remember when they got body locked and I'm like, that's the end of Yan. There's no way she's going to be able to get out of this. Like, it was ridiculous. But she managed to get out of it. And I got to give her kudos, man. She's only a white belt in jiu-jitsu. But when it comes to MMA, man, it's MMA jiu-jitsu.
That's crazy.
So like you said last week, she practiced her defensive skills over and over to be able to match up the chess match with Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie Dern's biggest mistake in that fight wasn't really like the attempts to submission, because she did a butt scoot at one point that she was able to sort of pull Yan in and start controlling the fight, which I thought was like fantastic, like an old school jiu-jitsu move, like butt scoot to the front and attack the legs. But the problem with Mackenzie Dern is that when she was up against the octagon with Yan, she wasn't able to really control her there. She wasn't able to really get like good takedowns to really get top mount. If she would have got that top mount early in each round, she would have won this fight, and she would have probably won by submission. But it always happened at that last minute. And, man, I thought she probably squeaked out a win with the 5th round, in my opinion. I'm telling you, Dave.
Dude.
Look, man, listen.
You're living on another planet.
No, man. Listen, man. If you look at like the overall.
Yeah, right. I mean, Mackenzie Dern is like your favorite fighter. Your scoring is always completely biased. Always, whoever you picked, you score the fight for, and it's unreasonable. I'm not taking any of your scores seriously, AJ. I'm not even going to argue with you because it's ridiculous. The things you say are ridiculous. Argue for the draw.
Man?
Like I'm saying,
Look,
I think it was a draw. But to give her the 3rd round, I think is outrageous.
Whatever, man. Whatever. Listen, if Mackenzie won, you would have won.
Argument,
so
AJ. Whatever.
Listen,
the way AJ argues on the show about decisions would disqualify him of being a judge. Like, if the commission here were to say, hey, AJ, we need a judge, any fighter could just say, no, listen to this show, man. This guy can't be a judge.
You thought Mackenzie Dern won this 3rd round here? No, there's no way.
And there's numerous examples.
Listen, man,
I would love
like 9 minutes of 20 seconds more or less of control time through that whole fight. I'm not saying it was like a great striking match, but Yan didn't do enough, in my opinion, to
she won the round. Mackenzie didn't do enough to win the 3rd round. She didn't. But man, when she got her to the ground, it was like so close. So many times. Mackenzie Dern's jiu-jitsu is so amazing because she could just pull guard. She could just dive on a leg. And once she gets you into a grappling fight, it's very dangerous. And Yan Xiaonan had to be very careful to not get tapped. And she came really close. Mackenzie came really close in the 2nd round and in the 5th round, but wasn't able to close it out. And that's how it is sometimes.
Look, and that's what I was trying to say is I'm giving kudos to Yan because she fought defensively extremely well.
She fought the perfect fight to go up against Mackenzie Dern.
You're right, because no one else anyone else, I should say, would have been submitted. The problem is with Mackenzie, she has to review that because there's no reason to be in certain positions that she was in not to have gotten that submission, especially when she had enough time in the early round to really like submit Yan. She was in a position that there's no reason that Yan should have got out of it. No reason, man. So I don't know what happened. Maybe I don't know if she was gassing or she was like stressed because she had to get that submission. But man, I'm telling you, 9 out of 10 times, I should say, Mackenzie's going to submit you in those positions. 9 out of 10, man. It just sucks, man. It sucks. It does because she had everything, man. I'm mad because you know what? You shouldn't be losing that position when you were so dominant in that control. You were so tight. You had everything there to close it. I thought she busted her shoulder at one point. I'm like, her shoulder's gone. Yan's shoulder is gone. But you know what? it wasn't the case.
That's it. It's like that sometimes. It's just how it is.
You got to be Ronda Rousey.
Sometimes you can't finish it.
No, you can't, because you don't have that beast mentality like Ronda Rousey, man. Rousey used to go in there, and she would get an armbar. It didn't make a difference. She wasn't just worried about – she wasn't thinking submission. Rousey used to think, I'm going to break her arm. That was her mentality. She went past the step of submission. And that's the problem with Mackenzie Dern. She's looking at it from a jiu-jitsu perspective where she's looking for the submission. Rousey was looking at it from, I'm taking this arm home. And that's what made her so dominant. And that's the mentality that's lacking on Mackenzie Dern coming into MMA. She has to start taking ankles, arms, and necks home. Once she does that, she's going to be dominant again. AJ.
That's the first thing you've said where I'm like, yeah, that's a solid point. You got to go for the break in MMA. You don't go for the tap. You go for the break. And, if they tap before you break it, good for them. It's MMA. It's do or die. It's not jiu-jitsu. It's not playing around in the gym. It's real. It's money on the line. It's a career. It's your life. Mackenzie Dern wins this fight. She might get a title shot. She loses. Now she's back at the back of the line. So it's a solid point, AJ. Good for you. This is why you're on the show. You're mostly nonsense, but once in a while you know what you're talking about. Fred, what do you think about Mark Zuckerberg renting out the UFC Apex? Dana White last week said that wasn't true. Zuckerberg didn't rent out the Apex. Then we watched the show, and it was clearly true that it was just Zuckerberg and his wife watching the fights with Dana White in an empty-ass UFC Apex that they shut down for media and anybody else, friends and family of the fighters that chose to be there. They didn't really tell the fighters or make it clear to them at all, and it was just some sort of weird billionaire king sitting there watching the fights. Are you pro or con for that, Fred? Did you like it?
Can I be? I don't care.
No. You have to have a goddamn opinion.
The way I see it, man, that card sucks, man. How many people would have actually went to see it, man? Come on, let's be honest, man. That card was awful on paper. So yeah, good, man. Zuckerberg, man. I hope he paid a lot of money, man. If the UFC made money out of it, great for them, man. Rich people rent out places, man. It's not the first time, man. They'll rent out an amusement park or whatever. That's just their own little world.
But they don't rent out sporting events. When's the last time a rich person rented out a sporting event? It's an entire event. It's like, I'm going to rent out Game 1 of the ALCS, and I'm going to watch the Yankees win. I'm going to rent out Yankee Stadium, and it's just going to be me and my brother watching the Yankees because I have $1 trillion.
Crown Jewel,
you know what was weird?
WWE.
Yeah, Crown Jewel. Well, at least he lets the people in there, the MBS in Saudi Arabia. At least some of the dudes and the things and some of the people, I don't know who they are, but there's people allowed in the building, whether or not they're fans that buy tickets or they're members of the royal family, I'm not really sure.
But you know what's weird,
It's
Dave?
weird, man. It's weird to rent out a sporting event. I mean, I don't think that it's necessarily
I'm more
wrong.
interested in the why.
It's
odd. He doesn't want to
It-
be with peasants. He's scared of germs. What is it, man?
Yeah.
Why did he do it, man?
Why
I don't
can't
care
he
There's a
that
few
did it.
theories.
Why
I just
can't
wanna
he
laugh
just
at
go?
it.
Donald Trump, when he was president, went to the UFC pay-per-view at Madison Square Garden in a packed arena for the Nate Diaz-Jorge Masvidal fight. He was there in the building with Masvidal and The Rock and Nate Diaz at Madison Square Garden, packed arena when the pandemic was still raging, or was it? I think it was
It was
just
raging, man.
rap-
It was still.
Was it pre-pandemic?
Masvidal Diaz, I think so.
You're probably right. Anyways, he was there, right?
Well, he's
If
got a
the
few
president
times.
of the United States, yeah, it's pre-pandemic. You're right, Fred. 2019. If the president of the United States can just go to a UFC show with all the security and all that stuff, Mark Zuckerberg can't just go to a show as a fan. It's weird. It's an odd move. It's bizarre.
Look, man,
First he
weird guy.
goes on Joe Rogan talking about how much he loves MMA and he does jiu-jitsu all the time and he's into it. And then he rents out the UFC Apex. Like, I get it. He's trying to
See, I
I
thought
don't know.
Yeah, but
when I first read
Hold on
about
a
it, I
sec.
thought he had a crush on Mackenzie Dern, and I was gonna say, "Oh, AJ's gonna be jealous." But right now, AJ's wearing his Facebook T-shirt, so I guess AJ's all right with that.
AJ's
And my
down with
Dana
the
White
program.
hat, man. Like I'm half, man. Half Dana, half Zuck. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something.
You say
First of all,
Zuck?
there's
Are you calling
Yeah,
him
man.
Zuck now too?
yeah, that. Well, yeah, man. He's a Zuck. Uh-oh.
Jesus.
What the?
There it
Look at
is.
those
like
handsome
people-
guys.
People
boss
change
and
the
the Zuck.
faces on one of them.
They traded faces.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
people
I saw
played
it.
with that picture, and they put Dana's face on Zuck and Zuck's face on Dana, and it
Well,
looks
that's
hilarious.
my whole gear for tonight, Freddie. That's my whole gimmick for tonight, man. Was because of that meme.
I just think it's weird that he rented out the place for him and his wife
Oh,
to
whoa, whoa,
watch
whoa. Hold on,
UFC.
Coach, let me in. Let
You
me
just
in.
hate
Coach, let me
successful
in.
people, man.
Coach, let me in.
I just think it's
Listen.
weird. I think it's weird. We've never seen it before. It's bizarre. A lot of famous and successful and powerful people just go to UFC pay-per-views. They never rent out the whole thing to themselves. And if I
Wait.
were to do it, like again, if I were to do it, to rent it out, if I were Mark Zuckerberg, I'd rent it out and have like some of my buddies there. But he's got no buddies. He's got no
he
buddies.
did.
He's got his wife. That's it. He's got no friends. This guy
His
is
wife looked
pathetic.
traumatized on a couple of videos I saw
Yeah.
pass.
She
She's
doesn't like it. She doesn't like going to the UFC. It was weird. It was weird. I would have some friends there. He didn't seem like he had friends. The other people that were there were all UFC employees. It was
You
weird.
think he has friends? Real
No.
friends?
I don't think he does. And I think it's because of weird shit like this. The guy's got no friends. That's why he created
got
Because
Dana
he's
White.
a robot.
That's why I created Facebook. I mean, how many of your Facebook friends are actual friends? You know, all this guy has is Facebook friends. You know what
Listen,
I'm saying? I got a
Coach,
lot of
let me in.
Facebook
Coach,
friends.
let me in.
I wouldn't consider many of them actual friends. You know what I mean?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
You just heard a lot of people, Dave.
Yeah,
Well, they
on
don't
our
know who
Ringside
they are.
report. Yeah,
They don't
Dave,
know who they
what
are.
the hell are you doing? Listen, I'd like to apologize for Dave really now for his remarks right now. He didn't mean that. In fact, all our friends on the Ringside
No, I
Report
meant it.
Facebook page is all friends, all the guys from like all the way from
Not actual
Abu Dhabi
friends.
to
Not
India,
everybody's my
to,
actual
Italy.
friend.
There are
If I don't
friends,
know
and thank
you,
for-
I mean, how could you be my friend if I don't
Grazie.
actually know you? It's difficult, you know?
Quiet, Dave. Quiet, Dave. Quiet, Dave.
Okay.
Listen,
Sorry.
Coach, let me in. I got something to say. Listen,
Yeah.
first of all, there was a couple of weird things about that night. Number one was it wasn't only like the media that wasn't allowed to be there, according to Dana White. They were given a break and on vacation and whatever. They can relax with their families and watch the UFC with their kids, you know, seeing people get like submitted and knocked out. But the thing is, the families weren't invited from the fighters. So that's where I found it a bit weird. Like, look, there's no actual link that says that Zuck, I'm going to call him Zuck because now he's cool
Zuck.
because he does jiu-jitsu. Because Zuck, you know what? Probably didn't rent out the Apex. I think Dana White had some half-truth in it. I think Dana White, when he said, no, Zuckerberg, because now it's Zuckerberg for him, you know, he didn't rent it out. I think he had some truth in that. I think the possibility is, and I heard it from like my new
Brandon Schaub.
team. I think no, not Brendan
AJ
Schaub.
gets
I
his
think Brendan
information
Schaub has a
from
point.
Brendan Schaub and Alex
think Brendan
Jones.
AJ's
Schaub
our
is good.
Brandon Schaub.
Listen,
Yeah, he is.
kind of. But listen, hear me out.
Embarrassing.
I think Dana White invited him to the Apex, and he took it upon himself not to put in media and all the rest. And you know what? I think that's more of a possibility than anything. And there's a second theory on it too. And I know this is gonna be like, I know a little bit about this kind of stuff. Apparently, what Dana White did is because Mark Zuckerberg, the Zuck, apparently some people say he has like, slight form of autism and whatnot. And it's possible with loud noise, and I know that for a fact because I work with a lot of these kids. When there's a lot of noise and there's a lot of, big crowds, sometimes they get anxiety and they have panic attacks and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I think it's possible that Dana White knew that, and Mark Zuckerberg, who is really getting involved in MMA, he has like his Facebook team, I'm not joking, that are like really involved in MMA and jiu-jitsu now, and they're they have like the MMA Facebook team going on. I think he likes the sport so much, but he can't handle the crowd. I'm just saying it's a theory from what I've been hearing.
Okay,
it's possible.
Well, that's
that
a
could be a
possibility. If he's got some sort of, autism, then I could see where crowds might be
that's what they're saying.
difficult
I mean,
for him. I don't know
Who's saying that, AJ?
Yeah,
again?
I don't know. I don't.
You fucking AJ.
Again, AJ's sources are shoddy at best, so I don't know if that's true at all. Most people are just saying, fuck that guy. He's a weirdo billionaire who rented out the Apex. That's the general sentiment amongst fighters and fans of the sport. Meanwhile, this guy reigns supreme over the whole goddamn thing.
What the hell is that? Is that George St. Pierre?
No, that's Dana
Who
White.
is that guy?
That's the
Hercules.
UFC president.
Hercules. Look at my little Hercules.
Yeah, Dana's not tested by USADA, but he says it's all diet and exercise, baby. He's got some sort of new diet that he's talking about in this Instagram video, and people are all surprised he's jacked and looking like this. 53 years of age.
Looks fantastic. Good for him, man.
Give me the secret juice.
Paulo Costa says he's got secret juice, and Dana White had some of the secret juice, and that's why he's looking like that. It's some sort of secret juice.
Paulo Costa, man. Send some to the Ringside Report team, man.
So
but I
Dana
can tell
White
you this, man.
looking muscular.
He's looking good, man.
He's got abs.
He's trimmed down. He's got abs. He's got like how many
big
packs there?
biceps?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got a 5-pack. He needs the 6th one to. He has to work on that 6th one, but he's looking good, man.
I've got a 2-pack.
Listen, man, it's just you know what I think. I think Dana White. 2-pack, man.
It's a CD.
2-pack.
It's pretty good.
But listen, I'm gonna tell you. Look. There's something going on. I think on a business level as well. I think we're gonna hear something coming up. I'm not backing away from that. Last week's show, Freddie, I said Mark Zuckerberg is not there. The Zuck is not there for no reason. He's there for a reason. It's not to do with the metaverse and that bullshit virtual reality world. I said, where I could go fight Connor and no one's going to pay for that. But I can see some type of partnership or some kind of, in some ways with Dana White and the UFC. A lot of fighters are dissing Mark Zuckerberg, but I can tell you one thing. Ilir Latifi, as soon as he finished his fight and jumped over the ring, he talked to Mark and he says, listen, man, send me some of that Facebook money. And that's what it comes down to. The guy has money, and, and an entity like the UFC who has a lot of money themselves, one of the richest sold sports franchise in history, could need a partner as well like that. Someone who's as powerful, who has that media presence. And I'm telling you, there's something more than just the fact that Zuck likes jiu-jitsu and Zuck likes MMA. I think Facebook is getting involved in some way or another. We're going to hear that out at some point. Maybe Brendan Schaub is going to be the first one to spill the beans. But you heard it here first.
I don't know about that. That's all AJ speculation, and I don't necessarily stand behind it. How about this? Uriah Hall is no longer an MMA fighter. He's going to be boxing on the undercard. Yeah, he's boxing on the undercard of the Anderson Silva Jake Paul card here coming up at the end of the month.
Why?
And he's boxing Le'Veon Bell, who I think is a former NFL player, right?
Yep.
Yeah. What the hell, man?
So that's interesting.
Le'Veon Bell is going to end up getting
Uriah
smashed.
Hall should win.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I hope so.
Wow.
I don't know who this Le'Veon Bell character is, but
he used to play for the Steelers. He played for a couple of teams, I think.
When this was first announced, I thought I saw Uriah Hall is fighting Le'Veon Bell. I was like, is that a boxer? I thought he was just a boxer guy that Uriah Hall was going to fight.
He won against Adrian Peterson. He had a boxing fight already.
Adrian Peterson I've heard of. He's a football player.
Yeah, probably for bad reasons, though.
Oh, maybe.
He was in the news because he beat on his kid.
That's
probably
not good.
why the name stuck.
He was a good football player, though, wasn't he?
Great football player. Also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dave, you want to hear why Aaron Judge is not even the AL home run king?
Why?
Because he has 11 home runs in interleague play, man. They're not even American League home runs, man. He only has 51 American League home runs. Fuck Aaron Judge.
He's an American League player. He's an American League player.
Barry Bonds.
He is the
4,
American
5.
League home run leader. And you think
51
about
home runs in the American
62,
League.
and you think about all the great home run hitters that have played in the American League since 1961 when Roger Maris hit 61. You're talking about your Frank Thomas, your Jose Canseco, even Mark McGwire when he played for the Oakland Athletics. All these guys could not hit 61 home runs, but Aaron Judge this season doing it clean, hitting 62.
Allegedly.
He's clean. Come on. That guy is a hero. Don't even talk to me about Aaron Judge. That man is a
I don't believe
hero.
anybody's clean.
Listen, man, he's kind of like Mark McGwire, man. He's totally clean, man.
How dare you? Mark McGwire was jacked and juiced to the gills. Aaron Judge is just gigantic. It's natural. The guy's like 6'8". He's huge. He's a giant. The bat and the ball are tiny to him. He's just a huge man who smashes home runs for the greatest franchise in professional sports who are
So
headed
he's kind
to the
of like a
postseason for victory.
He's like a clean Paul Revere. I get it. No problem.
Whoever that
Just got to
is.
do that test at the end of the season.
Who did
Listen,
Paul
man,
Revere
what
ever
happened?
beat?
Listen,
Nobody.
listen, man. What happened to the fan
I'll take
that caught
Jake
his
Paul
ball?
over Paul Revere any day, baby. What?
What happened to the fan that, like, I was hearing something about a fan that jumped over the fence or whatever?
Yeah, he didn't get the ball. He just jumped the fence to see if he could, but another guy got
Did he
it.
break his legs or what, man, to get that?
I think he's all
like,
right.
Was it worth it?
Who cares? Who cares about that guy?
Listen, man, if you're going to do it, listen, that ball could have been worth millions of dollars, dude. You know AJ's doing that. If I know there's $1 million on the line,
I hope
I'm
if
going
you were
over
to
for
get
it.
the ball, you would sell it, huh? Because if any of you tell me you would just give it back, man, I think we can't be friends no more.
Well, hang on.
Listen, man.
Hang on. Do I get to meet
right.
Aaron Judge if I give it back to him?
You get like $2 million if you sell it.
But do I get to hang out with Aaron Judge for a bit?
Well,
It's
you
not
can
worth
get an
$2 million.
autograph.
Oh, he's
Dave,
so cool.
Dave,
It's not worth $2 million.
Yeah, he's
I
got a
don't think
point,
it
man.
is.
You
No,
could
you're
be
right.
hanging at the bar with Aaron Judge after with $2 million.
No, I would
But I was
buy.
gonna say,
I would sell the ball. You have to.
listen, if
You'd
I'm
be
not
stupid
mistaken, this week
I
It
might
was
keep
Michael
it for a
Jordan's,
while though. I might keep it for a while and be like, oh, this is so cool, just to have it for a bit, you know. But you got to.
yeah, but
sell
somebody
it.
could come and rob
Yeah,
you or
you're right.
something.
No, you
Why
got to
would
sell
do
it
that,
right
dude?
away. You got to sell
You
it
gotta
right
do it right
away.
away. You know, you don't want to get the club over the head while you're sleeping at night. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I was hearing something about Michael Jordan's like basketball shirt like from way back, and I think it sold for $5 million. I wish I could go back in time when I was like seeing a lot of these guys when I was in the hotel industry when I was young. I could have got I had Michael Schumacher's helmet in my hand. Now that I think about it, I should have ran away with that helmet. Like, you know, so
Yeah, that would have turned out.
like,
real
you know,
good.
that could have been worth some money, man, down the road. I had, like, you know, Wayne
Speaking of
Gretzky's,
Michael
like,
Jordan.
Flawless plan.
You guys hear about Michael Jordan's son? Did I tell you about this?
Yeah.
No, what
That's
happened?
funny.
I told you. I didn't. I told Fred. Maybe
I
I,
don't
didn't
know,
tell.
but I know what you're talking
What?
about.
One
curious.
of
Go
Michael
ahead, man.
Jordan's sons
Yeah?
is in a relationship or something. Was dating or is dating Scottie Pippen's ex-wife.
What?
Yeah.
Now, are you joking?
No.
Poor Scottie Pippen. Man, how much can you ruin this poor guy? The least played basketball
He's all
player
right.
in the history of the NBA. No, dude, it's not right. That's not right. It's like putting like more salt in the poor guy's wounds. Scottie Pippen, in my opinion, man, made the Bulls. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm so upset to hear that. And on top of that,
So
the poor
upset.
guy has to hear. I'm like not happy to hear this, man. It really bothers me. And I like Scottie Pippen a lot. You know what? If I had to wear any Bull shirts, it would be a Pippen shirt. And now
Wow.
to hear this, I feel so bad for Scottie, the nicest guy in the NBA ever, the least paid player in the NBA in history, and he still never complained. And now you're gonna do that
I
shit?
never complained.
Oh
Hey,
man!
AJ,
If I'm
Did you
Scottie
watch The
Pippen,
Last Dance? Did you watch The Last Dance,
No.
AJ? Oh,
No.
you should. You should. It might
Man,
change your
I'm gonna
opinion
tell
on
you.
Scottie Pippen a little bit.
no, man, Scottie Pippen, no, man. Listen, Scottie, if you're listening to the Ringside Report, I'll be more than happy to show you some like jiu-jitsu, a bit of boxing, a bit of wrestling, because you're gonna go there and kick that guy's
Michael
ass.
Jordan's ass.
Michael
Yeah.
Jordan's son.
You know, you could put
Michael
his
Jordan's
you could put his
son.
Fruit of the Loom's underwears like a freaking.
It's
you know,
his ex-wife,
squeegee
though.
right
What
there,
is-
man.
What does Scottie
Haynes.
care?
So what, man?
Not Fruit of Loom.
That's not
it's
cool.
Haynes.
She
Haynes?
was his wife for a long time. They have kids together.
Still, dude, it's still not cool, man. It's not cool. You can't do that.
What about the
Of all
rapper
people?
Future, who was having sex with her while she was still married to Scotty? How about that?
Man, the Future
But,
didn't realize
Future,
that, like,
he's the one that
Michael
was
Jordan's
with
son is going to be
Ciara, right?
doing the horizontal
Possibly.
lambada with him.
Ciara now is with Russell Wilson. We're fucking doing gossip, man. And Russell Wilson doesn't want to play. Doesn't want the DJ to play Future when they're practicing.
Really?
Well, that was when he was in Seattle. Supposedly, he told the DJ that they're not
No
allowed to play
Future?
Future. No Future.
Oh, that's good.
Poor Scotty,
That's
man.
good. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Gossip.
man.
Hey,
Gossip report.
did
She
Tom
gets sponsored
Brady's
by
wife
toilet
really
paper.
leave him because the guy wouldn't quit playing
I don't
football?
know.
Is that what's really
I don't know.
happening?
I don't know, man.
And what's the deal
I
with the
read that
coach of
she's
the
worth
Boston
400
Celtics?
million. I read that she's worth 400 million and he's worth 250. So they're both gonna be okay, man.
Well, yeah. But that's a weird, it's like one more year. No, it's over. Our marriage is over. That can't be it. That can't be the
Maybe
reason.
he promised
that
her
can't
'cause
be
he had
the only-
retired.
Yeah, but that can't be the
Don't forget
only
he had
reason
retired,
why.
man.
For
I
one
don't
more
know, man.
season, he unretires
Well,
one more season, and
maybe-
she's like,
maybe
that's
he's
it, it's
been
over?
Like he's like 45. Maybe he's been promising one more year for the past 10 years, man.
Yeah, maybe. And she's like,
Some
it's
point you
never going to
gotta-
end. I'm out because he'll never
Exactly.
retire. Also, like, how the hell is he still playing football? If you think Tom Brady is not on something, I got news for you. I mean,
Listen,
come
talk
on.
about people coming back from the
He's on the
past.
same thing as
We've got-
Aaron Judge.
Oh,
Listen, man,
bullshit.
we've got-
Aaron Judge is like 30 years old. Tom Brady's like 65 years old. Tom Brady's so old. Are you kidding me? He should not be playing football anymore. It's insane.
Tom Brady's the best, man. The best, man. And listen, talk about like old school coming back again. Shogun Rua is coming back at UFC 283. How
Yeah.
old is Shogun, man?
Well, it's going to be a last fight for him. It's in Brazil, 283. So that'll
He
be
better
it.
win that, man. Who's
I
he
don't
fighting?
know.
Hope he's
Somebody,
fighting a jabroni, man.
I don't know what
He's
the
gotta
guy's
fight,
name.
like-
Not a big name.
Thank God.
Might be
man.
a
At least
younger
we
guy
can-
that'll beat him, though. Kevin Holland has come back. He seemed like he retired on Instagram, but now he's not. And he's going to fight in the main event of UFC Orlando in December against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. So,
Oof, that's gonna be good.
I mean,
Good.
It was a
Listen,
short
man.
retirement.
Kevin Holland likes the bench. There was no retirement, man. He likes the Benjamins from Dana White. There's no way he's gonna retire. How old is he? He's like what?
30.
29.
I think he's 30.
Yes, come on, man.
Yeah, he's
You still
very
have
young.
a lot of
You
MMA in you.
yeah.
You know, like there's no reason. It's not like you're leaving to go to Bellator. You're going into bare knuckles, which I seen a couple of fights this week, which was awesome. You know, the UFC is still going to give you many more fights because he is kind of exciting in some ways. But come on, man. You know, retiring. I don't know where that story came up from, man. I knew that was bullshit.
Well, what do you mean? He put it out there where that story came from. He put out a message on his Instagram that seemed to indicate that he was retiring. That's where it came from. See, AJ, your sources are never clear. I don't know where that story came from that he was retiring. It was bullshit. He put it out there on his Instagram.
Maybe somebody hacked his Instagram. You don't know
they
it's him.
didn't. It was clearly him,
Maybe,
and then
man.
he just took it back.
Maybe.
It's happened many times, man. Remember, it happened to Dana White too. Listen, Jose Aldo, man, he might not be leaving like the UFC as well.
Who?
Jose Aldo?
Well, he retired.
No, apparently he says he still has one fight under contract, man. That's what I have here.
Yeah, I
My
think he's
source-
got
my
one
news-
fight under contract, but I don't in
My
his
news
contract.
sources-
Yes, no, I
Yeah.
did see that story that was reported by MMA Fighting and various reputable MMA sites.
No,
yeah.
this is from my group that sent it to me. Whoa, easy,
Yeah,
Dave.
okay. Well, your group, is not always reliable. But yeah, Aldo
No, it's a
does
new
have
group.
another fight left on his contract, and I could see him wanting to fight that just so that he has the freedom to go out and do whatever he wants, be it boxing or MMA or something else outside of the UFC after. You know, just because if you have that one fight left on your contract, it's like, you know, if he wants to box, he's got to ask the UFC. If he wants to do whatever, he's got to ask the UFC. But if he fights that fight out, then he'll be free. So we'll see what Aldo does. And finally, Daniel Cormier, former UFC heavyweight and light heavyweight champion, is going to be this. He's going to be the special guest referee for the Matt Riddle, Seth Rollins Fight Pit match at WWE Extreme Rules this Saturday in Philadelphia.
Damn.
Yeah.
Listen, I have better news than that. Better news than that.
Better news than
Former
Daniel
UFC
Cormier
champ,
going to the WWE?
Yeah, 100%. But former UFC champ Rose Namajunas debuts as a Victoria's Secret model. Now that's news.
What?
Someone's getting the magazine.
What are you talking about?
You didn't know that?
It's true.
Rose, man, she's going to be
She
the new
is
model
in
for Victoria's Secret.
She
Thank you,
was
Freddie.
in
Thank you for
Victoria's
backing her up.
Secret. That is true.
Yeah. See, my new team, man. They're on the ball.
Okay.
Obrigado.
Is it like she's
But I'm not sure
modeling
what.
in a thing? Like what?
I'm not sure, man. You don't want to
She's
go
modeling,
there.
man. She's modeling lingerie, dude. What do you think she's modeling? Like pancakes?
Yeah. I thought it was pancakes.
I'm sure it could happen, man. There was a guy, a fashion designer, years ago that made a dress out of meat. You remember that, Freddie? The meat dress? Sold for like, I don't know how much money.
Yeah, it's not
Look
a
it
big
up.
deal. I could show this to you. Hold on.
Let's see it,
I will
Dave.
get
Good
this
show.
for you.
Good,
Yes.
good, David. Good, David. Good, good.
Take it easy over there. It's like, you know,
I'd be more excited. Let's see.
there
That's
she
it?
is.
What is that? C'est quoi ça?
There it is. Little caption, you know, it's Rose Namajunas for Victoria's Secret. Undefinable. Yeah, it looks like some boxers with some underwears underneath and a little bra. So there she is. Rose Namajunas posing for Victoria's Secret. AJ brings it up and is immediately disappointed. AJ thought you were going to see some of those Victoria's Secret type, you know?
Models, yeah. It's like getting a hair in a soup now. I mean, it just...
I mean,
It's
she
a
looks
much
nice. She
better.
looks nice, but it's, you know, not lingerie.
It wasn't what I was
necessarily.
thinking. I wasn't...
It's not
yeah,
what you
wasn't-
expect from a Victoria's
No,
Secret.
no.
When you told me Rose
No.
Namajunas posed for Victoria's Secret, I was like, really? That seems a little off-brand for her. But now seeing this, it's like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. That sounds fine. Cool. I don't know why you had to bring that up, kind of, you know?
I was expecting more, dude. Like, honestly, man.
Yeah,
That
I know
took
you
the
were.
wind out of the sails, man.
I know you
Like,
were
honestly,
expecting more.
I got, like, the text part of it. I didn't get the picture, because if I would have saw the picture, I wouldn't have even brought it up. I'll be honest. Damn.
Could you be less disappointed? Like, I don't know. You're, like, sad about this. I don't know what's going on with you, AJ.
Well, yeah, dude.
God. You were, like,
okay.
really hyped, and now you're like, man, not what I
Yeah,
came
it wasn't
for.
great. I should have just left it at the Cormier story.
Jeez.
But anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, listen to this. Another report that I got from my team.
Oh,
On
God.
my new team.
Oh, my
Listen,
Lord.
Kamzat, no, this is no joke. Kamzat, his passport got seized in Russia. So the UFC star is detained until further notice. So that's not good for the UFC. Kamzat
Bullshit.
is...
That's a bullshit
swear
story.
to
That's
God.
not true.
Stupid, I
Fake
guess.
news.
Are you sure, man?
AJ's fake news. Yeah. That would have made news, real news that I would have seen. That's not true.
It's updated, dude. It's updated. Man, I'm telling
Updated
you,
from
just check it
your
out.
group chat with a bunch of
Updated.
jabronis
What
that
does
tell
that
you
even
lies.
mean?
Yeah. Okay. We started
It's
this
updated
show
from
with
the new
you, with us rehashing your nonsense from last week. I'm not going to get into more nonsense with you. Shout out to Angelo. Angelo coming in, member of the team. Thank you to Patrick C. Hamilton. You're the super chat leader of the night.
His manager has dismissed reports
God damn it.
that the
There you
UFC's
go.
it's bullshit, man. It's fake
bullshit.
news.
Another bullshit AJ story. Manager dismissing reports because they're fake stories. Shout out to Lauren. Shout out to Brooklyn Lizard watching us tonight. Angelo Contagonis. Timothy Williams. He says he remembers me. Would I remember you, Timothy? I don't know a Timothy Williams that I know
Maybe that's
of.
not his real name, man.
Yeah.
It could be something else.
Maybe he just remembers me from the years and years of tremendous pro wrestling and mixed martial arts coverage that I've provided here on the Ringside Report Network and beyond.
Let's hope it's all good stuff that he remembers you from. Not like that crazy guy. Remember we had a crazy stalker that was from the States way, way back that was threatening Dave that he would fly into Montreal and, like, challenge you? That was some great times, man. You remember that?
I mean,
That was
people say
funny.
crazy things on Twitter, but they don't really mean them, right? They don't mean
Not
them.
according
They
to
could
Dana
say
White.
things.
Not according to Dana White.
I don't know what that means. All right, guys. Fred, thank you. You are the man.
Listen, I got
AJ,
one last
thank
thing.
you. You are a man.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. But listen, I got one thing to say. It's serious.
See,
I just want to
there's
give
a difference
out,
there. You see
no.
there? I go. AJ takes it. That's fine.
Listen,
Good.
no, I'm serious. I got to give a shout out to one of our listeners and a good friend that's in Mexico. He's in a hospital right now in Mexico. I know, hopefully, everything goes well and he gets back to Canada. To my friend, man, Roberto, hola, my friend, recover fast and recover well, man. My man. See you soon.
All right. Well, shout out to Roberto. Hope you're doing well. And that's it. That's it, guys. Thank
That's
you.
it?
I'll be back. I have a big weekend, all right? So let's take it easy. I'll be back here tomorrow night with Johnny North talking some professional wrestling. And we will be previewing WWE's Extreme Rules, which takes place this Saturday night. So there's no UFC, but the WWE, they're rocking and rolling. They've got Extreme Rules coming up on Saturday, and a big card there for the WWE. There was a backstage fight in AEW, Sammy Guevara and Andrade. A lot of crazy things going on in professional wrestling that we'll talk about tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, right after SmackDown. We'll also be watching AEW's Rampage and Battle of the Belts, a 2-hour special Rampage tomorrow night at 10 p.m. So we will be jam-packed with the pro wrestling, previewing Extreme Rules, recapping Raw and SmackDown, recapping AEW Dynamite, watching Rampage, watching Battle of the Belts. And then, of course, right after Extreme Rules on Saturday night, we will be back here on the Ringside Report Network, myself, Johnny North, and my brother, Big Ben. We will be back here recapping and reviewing and talking about WWE's Extreme Rules on Saturday night. So, big weekend, AJ. Big weekend.
Listen, just quickly, let Johnny North know that I'm not very happy with Drew Onyx, the way he disrespected Johnny. And what he posted, he needs to pay. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it'll be on our Instagram page at some point. That wasn't cool. And you know what, Johnny North? You whip that guy, man. You have another strap match.
Are we
I'll
going to
bring
be
the
there?
brick because he's
Are
going
we
to get over
going?
the head.
Are we going for that match? Drew Onyx? Me and
You're in
AJ are
trouble,
coming
bud.
for you. We're going to be there, Drew Onyx. We're
I'm
going to
telling
be
you, I'm
there
going
to
in the
back
ring.
up Johnny North.
He cheated. He cheated the last
Drew
time.
Onyx is a big cheater, and he says mean things about Johnny on Twitter, and he's being very uncool to Johnny, and him and Johnny have a big match, I believe, on the 30th of the month, and AJ and I will be there in Laval, and we'll be making sure Drew doesn't cheat this time.
Oh, man.
Dang,
He's going to
Drew
get it.
Onyx. That guy, Drew Onyx. I don't like that guy.
I mean, he looks good.
He's always
He's looking
he's
better.
a good wrestler. We like Drew Onyx, but we don't like Drew Onyx. All right? I like Drew Onyx. He's pretty cool, but I don't like him. He's a bad guy, and he's mean to Johnny. And I don't
very
like
mean,
that.
Very mean.
I don't like it
That
at all,
wasn't cool.
Drew Onyx. Okay. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow night with Johnny, and he'll tell you more bad things about Drew Onyx. Johnny gets pretty graphic. He's gonna talk about the violence he's gonna put down on Drew Onyx. A lot of violence. All right, we love you. We love the violence. It's the Ringside Report Network. Thank you to Patrick C. Hamilton. You are the super chat leader of the night.
Please join in and give your support to Ringside Report Network. We've been providing expert coverage and commentary on both pro wrestling and MMA for over 15 years. Go to ringsidereport.net/support to find out more ways to support the channel.